I'm sure you've all gone through what you thought was a really productive day. You got all the things that you said you were going to do done. You ticked off the checklist of errands, of chores that you're going to do. And at the end of the day, for some reason, you still feel like you got nothing done. You weren't productive at all. We've all been there. And I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. And the reason for that is actually a lot simpler than you think. You keep having the feeling of having nothing done because you keep treating your side quests as your main quest. And what I mean by that is all the chores that you're supposed to do, right? You keep treating those as what you measure against completing so that you feel good at the end of the day. And this is really common because if you grew up like me in a household where constantly scanning for chores for things that you can do means you're productive. That's your default base meaning of, oh, I got a lot done today. And so a lot of people, including people that I know, they get stuck in this cycle of self-repetition, right? Where they treat these treadmill activities, where they just run and stay in the same spot as things that will progress them in life. But it actually doesn't progress you in life because they're what you're just supposed to do to maintain your current lifestyle, not to transform you, not to progress along what you wanted to go down, right? And busyness can easily be used as an excuse for you to just sit back and not bet on yourself, right? Not take any chances because you can just say, oh, I've been busy. I've been expending my energy doing all these different things. Look, I'm not lazy, right? Maybe, yeah, you're not lazy, but you're also too busy protecting your own little bubble where you're too afraid to step out. You're too afraid to bet on yourself, too afraid to actually commit to something long term that changes you instead of making you feel comfortable. Most of personal transformation actually you can't see it. It's invisible. It only shows up at its end stages where you start to externalize it. But what happens before you do that is you need to internalize it first, right? And so it can feel like you're unproductive at first because it feels like you're just sitting around doing nothing. But when it comes to actually progressing, it does a lot more for you than just doing all these mindless tasks all day. And it's so easy to start outsourcing your life direction to chores or daily errands because it gives you the illusion of control, that you're in control of your own life, you know where you're headed. But in reality, let me tell you something, right? When you're progressing, progress is usually invisible. You don't see it. Constantly being in maintenance mode can just be a front that you put on to not only show to others, but to tell yourself that you're doing something, that you're asking yourself the hard questions, but you're not. So start asking yourself the hard questions and don't be afraid to face something that's lacking in your inner self. And you can start by asking yourself this: every single day, am I harder to replace than I once was? So if you're seeing this and you feel like this is something that applies to you, you're too busy being stuck in something that you didn't want to be stuck in, take this as a sign. Take that as a sign as well for you to actually step back, ask yourself, am I doing things that actually progress me, or am I doing things that just maintain what I'm doing and keeping me stagnant? So this is something for you to ask yourself. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a comment down below and give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think about this and have to say about this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Never stop progressing. Bye-bye.